Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And it is Monday, February 15th. We have passed the halfway mark of the month and, basically cruising into March. So, oh boy. Yeah, it's February 15th. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know some people have a lot of work to do today. Mending broken hearts and things, but it's what you sign up for, so that's what you get.
Yeah, bro, I really been looking into
hydroponics.
Yeah, getting a puppy, bro.
Oh, wonder why. Makes life easy, ain't it?
Bro, I really been See, I'm of the opinion that I could learn from my peers, and I've been listening to you. I've been listening to you, and I'm starting to see the wisdom in what you've been saying all these months. Just get yourself a puppy.
You think your puppy waiting for a dinner for Valentine's Day? No. You think you
enjoy kibble?
You mean what it gets every day?
Same as yesterday.
Exactly.
And so appreciative.
Small mercies. Hey. Well, who can hear this feel? So maybe we should open is there like a puppy shelter? Or does Ross do like puppy shelter, like the dog shelter thing?
Ross don't have puppies? I see that
think like
sometimes they have
probably does like a puppy shelter
adoption.
thing.
Pets for adoption.
But it's not like a regular.
Like a shelter.
It's not like that, a puppy shelter.
They should do like puppy shelters in St Kitts. And, have a Valentine's Day special.
I want to buy a fake puppy.
A what?
A fake puppy.
One of them I work with like batteries.
Because my mom is afraid of puppies, the real ones. So
puppies or dogs?
She's afraid of anything.
Okay.
So I will just get a fake puppy and live happily ever after with my puppy. Yeah.
I think at some point you might get bored.
You have a Jade though.
Yes.
I feel like Jaden does. Yeah.
But when Jaden isn't with me, I don't have anybody to hug and kiss and give my love, so I'll buy a fake puppy.
Enjoy
you
it.
sure you just ain't want the peace and quiet?
That's why the puppy fake. Because he don't come back after me. He go back the noise. When I need to hug something, I just hug the puppy and put it back.
Right.
Yeah.
A quick hug.
Yeah.
Don't even have to feed it.
Nothing.
Hey, I remember when these the Gigapets were big.
Yo.
Yeah, I remember Gigapets. Like that was the dumbest thing ever.
Gigapets was so good.
I loved it.
It was so stupid. You know how many times mine died?
Dumb.
Mine died so many times.
You also got to reset.
You know how much people got the Gigapet taken away for trying to feed it during class?
Right, you get little Gigapets.
Well, the teacher wanted to
But
lay up
teacher,
the animal
teacher,
dead.
my pet can dead.
And then you're
Come
pressing
on,
it in
have
your
a heart. It's better than the
Can you
pet
feed your pet
dying.
in peace?
You're already failing at your responsibilities in life. You can't even take care of a gigapet.
But it's
Then
not
you
your
take it
fault.
out.
You're trying to be a good
That's
parent.
my point. That's what the teacher want for you.
But then you
Teachers
take it
don't
out your
wanna be
pocket
good.
I thought it's
after.
supposed to teach you life skills.
You take it out your pocket after class and you see your puppy dead.
And it's the teacher want. And you
your
can't
pet
explain to
dead.
the teacher why this is wrong.
Reset it and hatch the egg all over again.
No.
Gigapets.
Gigapets.
Wow.
Let
And
the
then
kids
I had a
feed the
Poochie.
Gigapets.
Remember Poochie?
Yeah.
I had a Poochie. I had two of them.
And then they had the one with the head that used to grow here. What you call it again?
Chia pets.
Chia pets.
Yeah, chia pets.
That was just a plant.
Yeah, but it was a very cool plant.
The plant had like.
I feel like we had like the
personality.
best toys growing up.
Children, they're studying ties.
No.
They go from one day enjoying cardboard boxes to the next day just living on the iPads.
And watching other people enjoy toys.
Right.
Some of them skip the cardboard box.
Mm-hmm. Some of them just
Wow.
go straight to the iPad.
You got-
Straight to the iPad?
You're gonna can't
Wow.
skip it, Amali. Trust me. There's no skip.
Oh,
I know. I could see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
The iPads make noise.
Exactly. Jaden wasn't that. Jaden ain't
Colours,
the iPad
lights.
child. Jaden gonna mash up the iPad. Like he more prefers to play with toys and
Yeah,
things
keep it
around
that
the
way.
house. And he'll occasionally watch TV because he can't reach it. So
I feel like we had the best toys. Because remember also we used to watch TV. and TV used to give commercials.
And
And
them
the channels we used to watch used to advertise toys.
Let me tell you something. Wait, one time I was watching TV and they were advertising these wheelies. Is Heelys or wheelies?
Heelys.
And
The
I-
shoes.
Yes, and I saw them and I remember Valium had to sell them. So I told my grandmother I wanted them. Best worst toy I ever bought.
Yeah.
The hottest of falls.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Diamond
toys
still
with you.
toys.
And it was like the model cars.
I
Hot Wheels.
was a Lego kid.
Oh no, I wanted them
Oh,
Heelys.
like-
But I had roller skates, right? But the Heelys were so pretty. But trust me, Heelys and St Kitts Road,
Yeah, you. Mhm.
watch here, the hottest of all on Park Range, right? Oh my God. I could imagine. Like I used to go bed and just
Well, we see, well, like when you think about it, we really did have the best toys, you know. Even like down to Game Boys.
oh, I
The
love
Game
my
Boys you could only
Boy.
play in the day because they on a light on the screen, so you gotta play it in the day. We gotta play it like in a living room because you can't play it in the sun because you can't
I
see.
can't see.
I
You
can't play it in the night
night.
because it's bedtime. I appear and tell you go
And you
sleep.
gotta turn on a light to go play under the light, but then you gotta turn it at a certain angle to make sure the light don't reflect off the glass.
Bro, when somebody managed to sneak the Game Boy into
Oh
school,
my
right?
gosh.
Mayhem.
Right. Actually, let me tell you something. The other thing that I used to look forward to, you know, that week before school closed,
When you get to bring it
when
when
you
that
get to bring
happening.
your toys, because the teacher
Yeah.
them just walk out there and take in yard.
Let's stop teach.
They stop teach.
I fend for yourself.
But I was never a big tie guy. Like I was always more the sport dude. So give me footballs and
Also, you
basketballs and
bring
they're
your
good.
football and so and you go.
Yeah, give me
kick up.
win ball. They'll just throw off the wall and do it at my mother wall and so. But I used to look
Toys.
forward to like the Uno in the class. Class Uno used to be amazing.
I love Uno. so
When I was a
much.
little younger, but actually up to now I still enjoy Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah,
Just
Till
Ludo
now.
and
I enjoy
Ludo.
I played Snakes and Ladders last night.
Ludo. Yeah, remember Connects? The Connects?
Connect 4?
Yeah.
No, Connects.
Yeah,
where's
Connect.
Little like there used to be the sticks and like all these
Oh, yeah, yeah,
cogs
yeah,
and things
yeah,
you could
yeah,
you could
yeah.
build things out of.
I
remember one
Kevon
time-
is a nerd, yeah.
I like those things. I remember one time, yeah, my friend would build.
Kevin using Mod
Remember,
Podge.
remember math? Remember you used to do math?
No, I can't count. I can't count. Connects was so cool though. One time me and my friend built a sword and I was at his house. We built swords. Who could build the best sword? And then we stand up in the hallway and we literally swing the swords together and we hit the swords together, they shatter, and then
Toys had to
we had to clean it up.
That was the game. Game over.
Yeah, we didn't anticipate that portion.
Really?
So I thought like my sword was gonna break his sword. We didn't
Right.
expect the two of them to just
break,
shatter,
right.
and then
That's why
we had to clean it up.
They know something was gonna break.
Right,
But
but
was who could build the best sword.
right,
but
but then you know,
Pretty much none were superior.
they would both two of them just shatter.
You know the two
They were
games.
structurally unsound.
You know the two like games, like them toy games that I used to be very excited if somebody could bring to school. One was Hungry Hippos.
Yo,
Hungry
You remember
Hippos.
Hungry Hippos when you had to hit the thing?
All they do is just hit it.
Hungry Hippo was the
I
most
don't understand.
one of the most
but
competitive games ever.
Man, you don't really play that deal. You know what you used to play though?
And the other one would have been, I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, but Operation Room?
That's the one with the doctor.
Operation.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's the one. That's the one I was going to call just
and you
now.
have to pull out the pieces without
Right, before the
hitting
buzz-
the
What was
edges.
it buzzing?
The buzzing.
If
That
you
was
touch
it.
the
That was
edges,
the
they
two
can
games.
buzz.
Operation, yeah.
Operation.
That was just training children to be surgeons, no?
But it was a fun game though. You can't like literally you have to pick. You have
Yeah.
to
Because you
steady.
can't touch the sides because you're going to kill the person.
Right.
Yeah.
And he scream out
Love Operation.
when you buzz it. But that was
Never owned it.
Out of all those
But yeah.
games, what I loved the most was hand tennis on the corridor.
Oh, I am
used to
still-
love
I'm
rounders.
I used to
Still
leave man in
suffer-
there playing them games and so on. Like, look over some tennis outside, no?
boss.
Rounders was the best.
I am still suffering from tendonitis in my palms from the amount of hand tennis I played in
Hand
junior
tennis,
and ambassador.
You hand them dirty when you finish.
Boss, I used to play hand tennis to my hand swell no.
Mm.
Yeah.
I remember
Aye.
rounders. We used to play rounders in the yard, and this was old convent school.
Some hand tennis.
Convent school had a little dirt patch, and I could remember all the stops, exactly what they look like still. All the first base, second base, third base, and one of the bases was like a pile of rocks. Like convent had a pile of rocks with like some bush growing on it, right
all
by the
those
corner of the
schools
church, and like that was one base. And let me tell you, when you're done, your uniform dirty because there was a dirt patch. Like half of the area was a dirt patch, and then the ball dropping in the dirt and they're flinging it after. Because remember,
Right.
part of the rounders is you gotta out the person
Right.
and you gotta throw the ball at them.
So works when I go
Like
home
the
by.
ball hit
Watch
your
it, right?
We
shirt.
used to do some stupidness, you know. As in, you're in Passion School. Can you recall a game that we used to play on the paddock? We'd have a bunch of men on one side of the field, a bunch of men on the other side of the field. I would just back in stone trying to
Back in stone.
Oh no, never
What?
mind.
Yeah, bye.
That's back in stone, the stone.
What we used to call it, bye?
Like gravel stone, like the
Bye,
gravel.
rocks.
A rock.
What are you saying?
Rocks.
Bye, we were
What
tiny
kind of game
children.
this?
Boss, the game that I couldn't understand when I was growing up was I remember one time.
Kevon, I don't know what the hell.
I'm very confused.
Remember Dodge Stone
Yeah. But I tell you one, catch me, one hit me, right?
on your foot.
Right in my joint, and my ankle in the front,
Oh,
like where my ankle meets the top of my foot.
yeah.
I see the stone coming and I jump back to avoid it and he hit me right in the center, in the
Okay,
joint.
so what was the objective for this game? Because they meant
Don't
So
dead.
that's just stones.
Don't dead it.
Don't
And
dead.
I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. My foot was swollen. It hit me right in my joint, like BAM! From across the field.
Hey, but watch it, right?
So your parents said, now
If you went special school, your hand was very straight. That's one thing I realized.
My hand still straight.
you went, so y'all went school to throw stones at each other?
I hung crab on the
Fun.
bed, yeah. On the bed.
Watch it.
Okay.
What do you think? We're so successful now?
Bye.
That's in stone.
Yeah.
I go down the bed right now.
We learn to avoid obstacles.
Put on your resume. Put on your resume.
I go down the bed right now and catch a crab and use the crab to hunt eel.
Indeed.
Have a barbecue within 2 hours.
All of that from throwing stone?
No,
No,
that
that's
was just
school.
that was and next thing we used to do in Passion School, we used to walk under the big drain, under the bed road. There's a drain under the bed road that you can,
Yeah.
well, that a child can walk under.
Yeah.
We'd have to call at this point.
AKA big.
Call.
AKA
We can't
big
fit.
drain.
The big drain, yeah. You call,
drain.
it goes under the bed road. And you go over and it brings you over on the rocks. You call out between the rocks. And between they used to have like hundreds of crabs under the bed road just there chilling. So you used to be us and them. Us and them, we catch you know. I used to go send them on the next side too, so when they running back
Oh yeah, he got him out there.
with a big stick, bite! Lashing crab and we catch a few of them. and then we use a couple of them to hunt eel, take it on a string, drop it down in the rocks. And then the eels will come up to try and eat it, and so we just haul out the eel,
By
And
watch
then what
it.
you do with the eel?
Try back.
bang it and kill it.
And then what?
Go back class.
Go back.
Go back.
What
Go
the
back.
hell?
Go back
So one of
class.
them boys used to carry the crab them home for the
Yeah.
grandma to cook and so.
But the
crab
grandmothers
them.
used to cook.
Yeah.
Big up Denzel and Tammy and Keatley one time. The grandmother used to cook
And the puntines them too. No?
yeah, the grandmother used to cook what you call it there? The ground doves. So we got the catapult and they come on the paddock. And then you shoot the ground doves.
Yeah, catapult.
And
I was hunting by.
by your hunters,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on. I tell you, that is watch it.
Got to be by.
This is why all people went passion school successful now.
Because I
The
was
only thing,
hunting.
we ain't coming to the Prime Minister, I'm working on it.
Good job.
Working on the resume.
From hunting crabs to running in the country.
Yeah, and back is one of each other, trying to burst each other's heads.
Yeah.
It taught you resilience
It was
and
a
how
of
to
survival,
to,
yes.
What you said the other one was? How to what?
Avoidance of obstacles.
And the thing is, right?
It was really a child's game of what real life is.
Yeah,
A true representation.
yeah. And you know, I can't even recall anybody ever getting busted from that.
Of course not. Because you have to be cut from a certain cloth to even play the game.
If you know
Yeah,
your head,
yeah.
if you know your
You have to be
boss
cut
don't
from
play.
a certain cloth
Yeah.
to even play the
If you know
game.
your head, you gonna get boss don't play.
Why? We used to take brace bottles, right? And break them on the wall in our hand to see if they can cut us.
So the moral of
hold
the
the bottle.
story, right?
Put the bottle on the wall, just
And
bang!
slap
on
it.
the- slap it on the wall.
So the moral of the story is a bunch of y'all might be psychopaths.
No, they weren't.
No,
really,
we just tough.
Tough.
Oh, that's what you got. Okay.
Tough.
So you
Tough.
slap a bottle on the wall
Yeah,
Because
man.
I
to
just
see if your hand gonna cut.
All right,
That's
let's
not
put bottles on the
psychopathic.
wall and stone them
No,
off the wall.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's not psychopathic.
try to break a. Okay.
We used to have
Yeah,
we used to have
if you was trying to
slingshots.
break somebody else's head, then you could probably
We used
like
to have
an
a
animal
little,
head. or
little
something.
catapult we used to make, and
Think it-
then we used to put we had the gravel, between the church into there's like a drive-through full of gravel.
Yeah.
We used to take up the gravel, and we used to use the gravel for the
catapult?
slingshots, and
You see the difference in upbringing, Kevon, and him and Kevon Azem. At convent school, they call them catapults.
Wait,
I mean,
catapult.
slingshots, sorry.
slingshot catapult,
Slingshots.
same thing.
And the
We
primary
didn't
school
call them catapult, we call them pole.
We call them pull, yeah.
Yeah.
Pole.
We mash up the battles.
But hey,
I
thinking
remember
about
cousin
both, right?
Shaba's bus, like, we were trying to kill a monkey because a monkey was terrorizing the yard.
She call it a psychopath, yeah.
And we were trying to get the monkey out the yard. And he accidentally, all three of us got licks for different reasons. For sure. One, Shaba's broke the glass, my neighbor window.
That's licks.
That's
I think I
super
did light
licks.
something on fire.
That's
Who lit
licks.
something on fire?
I probably had lit something on fire.
Okay.
I don't remember what my other cousin had though.
Many
But no,
assays.
my uncle Anthony came home, the president of the Football Association.
Shaba's father?
Yes.
Okay.
And he just banged all of us. Like,
Johnson Bangayo?
what? But watch here, one thing my father and uncle used to do is wash us out, eh? Because we used to do a lot of things that we get together.
And then
Aye.
sometimes people would bring cricket back to school, and we used to literally play cricket with stones.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mash up the back,
And
Mash up
fling-
cans,
and,
oh.
and swinging
Wow.
stones everywhere.
Watch it, one of the scariest moments of my life. I don't even know why this happened by. We used to play cricket in the backyard, right? So this before they build the new block down Newton School. So we used to play cricket. You draw the wickets on the wall, right? And you throw the ball. So,
An actual ball.
yeah, actual ball, like a win ball.
Actual ball as well.
Right. Now, bear in mind, like I said, the wicket is drawn on the wall,
It sounds like a bad idea.
People gonna come and decide they're playing wicket keeper. Now, how you play wicket keeper? How you gonna play wicket keeper with the wicket?
But
Are you in for the
you
wicket?
need to be behind the wicket to be the wicket keeper.
So what would happen is the person would stand as close to the batter as possible without actually getting hit by the bat.
Oh, my
This
word.
don't sound like it ended.
So
well.
one time I'm batting and we're playing with hardball, We're playing hardball cricket. And I gonna do my little hook shot.
And you knock him out.
Whap. Ball to I. Boss. I just sit down and just we know I build up. I never get by. Big up I name Patrick. Yeah, Patrick.
Which Patrick? Could I take pictures and
Who they take pictures, yeah. Who they take pictures.
Because you only need one to look.
He only need one eye to
stuff?
take pictures.
It was destiny.
You only need one eye to look to the view.
Apparently.
Boy, watch it, right? I was never so empathetic in my Patrick, you alright?
And
But I could have swear the man I gone in me by because he ain't moving the hand. The hand just there to see the blood running, coming down.
Yeah, bye.
But it ended up being like
the eyebrow.
the eyebrow, the eyebrow
What's the
area.
eyebrow?
He basically get chopped
You nearly killed him
Why?
out of that
by
ball.
stitches for days.
Bailey.
Oh, purple lotion.
Purple lotion.
Purple lotion by the.
No.
I tried so hard to get purple lotion and it didn't work. Because when I actually did get a cut to get purple lotion, they gave me iodine instead.
I then used to burn you.
Oh my
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
mad about it.
Big up the Newton Health Center one time. They see me
Why?
pretty,
Thinking about
pretty
both of you,
often.
right? Miss Condell, right? Miss Condell. She's a superwoman there.
And what your
Indeed.
name? The powder. They used to keep it in the film thing. Remember the film case?
Oh, okay.
The little white powder they used to put on cuts?
That's when like a convent school thing.
No, they had it. It was a.
I know what you mean, but we never seen
iodine and
Iodine.
They had iodine,
When
they had-
people drink water.
They had iodine.
I drink some water.
What your name? Iodine, purple lotion, and then they used to keep it in like the film cases, the little black case with the grey top.
I know what you're talking about, but
And then they used
not
to
in
put-
Passion School.
They used to put this white powder in it. Don't remember what your name though. But we'll take a short break and then we'll come back and we'll jump into some traffic talk. BRB.
We are faced with tough decisions every day, but choosing the right home or motor insurance shouldn't be one. You need fast claim settlement from a company that's been rooted for over 31 years. And don't forget the A Excellent rating by AM Best. Make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Reliable insurance that you can count on. Get a quote today for your home, motor, contents, and liability insurance needs, and make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance. Tomorrow secured. Local agents, Dalil Walwyn & Co. Limited. Telephone 465-2631 or 469-5303 for the Nevis office.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers. I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never. So why all the hurry? Speeding is the main cause of plenty mishaps. The road is now a racetrack, threatening life and property, and all the result of that led to death and injury. Inconsiderate driving, this nonsense need to stop. Stop. I'm making it my business to alert all motorists, especially those who love to break traffic laws. I have seen what speed can do. Here I am to your rescue to help you to live. Just take this advice I give. I want in all drivers to take care of your passengers. Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. How much more tragedy we have to endure to face the reality. Less is safer than more. I'm begging all my friends. Be careful on the road. Slow it down, slow it down. Hey, Roger, watch out for them donkey. Hey. Slow it down, man.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves Kevon and Amali, and it is now time for traffic talk. Good morning, officer.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to everyone. How are you all doing?
Good.
Good. Okay. I'd like to hear that. I want to say good morning to our listening audience. My name is Sergeant Brown, and I'm from the traffic department. It's good to be here one more time to this our weekly edition of Traffic Talk, which is aired every Monday at 8:30 a.m. right here on WINN FM. I trust and hope that everyone had a okay weekend. Special belated Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their Valentine's Day. Mr. Marley, you did?
If I did what?
Enjoy your Valentine's Day?
It was Sunday. It was Sunday for me.
Okay, man.
Did you?
I had to work, so.
So you reach home, the lady in had a nice dinner prepared for you and so? With
No,
roses and so?
Nah.
You don't keep those things?
Nah.
You're a smart man.
That what you saying, aren't you?
And when you go to the phone, I ring. Well, you see me here when it's on the radio?
Yeah.
No, man.
Work 24/7 yesterday. Okay, cool.
Yes, I did, yeah. Yeah, this morning, I'm here to speak to the motoring public. We're still having some problems with persons still not doing what they're supposed to be doing as it relates to the lighting of their motor vehicles, more so at nights. So I want to just remind us as to what our laws say as it relates to the lighting of your vehicle at nights. And permit me to just read a few what the law says. As it says, Regulation 18 of Chapter 15.06 of the laws of this federation. And it says, every motor vehicle shall be equipped with at least 2 lamps at the front of the vehicle, 1 on each side, and when a motor vehicle is in motion on a road at night, the 2 lamps at the front of the vehicle shall be lighted, and the rays from the lamps shall be uncolored. I repeat that, shall be uncolored. And if the vehicle is capable of proceeding at a greater speed than 20 miles an hour of such intensity as to eliminate the road ahead for a distance of at least 75 yards, or such greater distance as is sufficient to ensure the safety of the vehicle and the persons carried on the vehicle, and to indicate clearly the presence of the vehicle to approaching traffic. And it goes on to say, provided that a motorcycle, shall show one such light as aforesaid, but if a sidecar is attached to that motorcycle, there shall be shown on that side of the sidecar, not adjacent to the motorcycle, an additional light of sufficient intensity to indicate the presence of the sidecar for a distance of not less than 25 yards from approaching traffic. And that is clear. I hope everyone understands that. Subsection 2 states, every vehicle other than a motor vehicle in motion on the road at night shall carry at least 1 lighted lamp attached to the front of the vehicle, and the rays from the lamp shall be unclouded. It goes down to subsection 3. Save as is provided in Regulation 19, every motor vehicle, when in motion on a road at night, shall carry at least 1 lamp showing a red light to the rear of such intensity as to indicate clearly within a reasonable distance its presence on the road to traffic approaching from behind. And the lamp shall be of such construction and show an uncolored light of such intensity as to illuminate clearly the figures and numbers of the rear identification plate, so that they are visible at a distance of not less than 25 yards. We're still having persons saying, oh, they did not know that the number plate light, the number plate should have a light. Yes, if you are driving at night and your rear number plate is not lighted, it's a traffic violation. I just want persons to understand that. Subsection 4, no spotlights or other similar swiveling lights shall be carried on any motor vehicle without the authority of the licensing officer, who may authorize such lights at his or her discretion and subject to such conditions as he or she may impose. This is what we are realizing. We are facing, we are realizing these passenger buses and motor cars as well. They are having these lights that flashes at night. So I would want to believe that you all understand what I'm speaking of.
Of course.
Those flashing lights, it's an offense to have those lights in your vehicle or on your vehicle if it's not authorized by the licensing authority. Okay? Subsection 5 reads, every motor vehicle capable of proceeding at a speed greater than 20 miles per hour shall be provided with a device whereby the front lamps of such vehicles can be dipped or dimmed to cast their rays to a distance of not more than 25 yards in front of the motor vehicle. What we're also seeing is that persons are driving at night with their headlamps off and their fog lights on, lighted. That's an offense. as I just read, your lights should be able to be dipped accordingly as the traffic approaches. These fog lights, from what I know, they cannot be dipped. So it's an offense if you're driving your vehicle at night with your headlamps on and your headlights off, and only your fog lights are on. You will be stopped by the police and you'll be ticketed. Subsection 6 states, every driver of a motor vehicle capable of proceeding at a speed greater than 20 miles per hour when driving at night shall, when within 50 yards of an approaching vehicle bearing lighted lamps, and until he or she has passed the said vehicle, dip or dim the lights of the driven car. Yes, it's an offense if you're driving and you're approaching an oncoming vehicle and you doesn't dip your lights. It's an offense. You can be ticketed for that violation. Yeah, I just wanted to remind us as to what the law says as it relates to lighting at night when you're driving your vehicle.
But you see, I actually see like a lot of vehicles driving on the road with especially the flashing lights, flashing headlights and so. The police don't see them, I understand. Like,
of course we do.
And even like it's one or two vehicles, it's like, well, all the buses.
Just like any other thing, we won't be able to see them all at once at the same time. But whenever we do come upon them, they are stopped and they are ticketed. And if the ticket is not paid within the specified time, which is 10 days, they shall be summoned and appear before the magistrate court. Yeah, we do take a number of lawless drivers before the court where they feel it in their pocket. So, yes, that answers the question, my friend.
Okay then. Last time we were here, I believe we were speaking about the sergeant from Tabernacle.
Tabernacle, yes, Sergeant Leiber there.
Yeah. What do they call him again?
Cuban. Yes.
Cuban.
Yes, Cuban.
Sergeant Cuban. And we're talking about the inspection stations.
Yes, the depot, inspecting the depot.
Yeah, the depots. Yeah, that are basically just allowing cars to be on the road that are not roadworthy. Has the traffic department discussed any steps to actually address this issue yet, or is it still being, I don't know.
Yeah, we are aware of a number of depots not doing what they ought to be done, but not doing what they should be doing. But we are in discussion. Yes, we are with those violators. We are in discussion with them, and we are trying to at least bring them on board, so they should be up to date and allow persons when they come to their depot to be their vehicles to be inspected. They do the proper inspection, not just have it make it look like it's just a money making scheme. They should, because they're doing a very important job. Their role is very crucial, because if for some reason you allow a vehicle to go back out on the road which is not roadworthy, and that the vehicle gets into an accident, it shows in a bad light that look at this. This vehicle was inspected last week, yesterday, and now it's not. It's showing clearly that the brakes or whatever malfunction was there, and it wouldn't show good light, and that whatever inspection depot it would have been inspected by. So we just want the inspectors to do a good and thorough job, so at least to minimize the amount of accidents that we are having on our streets.
Okay then. As it relates to tinting of vehicles, right?
Yeah.
The section of the laws, because under that some cars will come with curtains in them, right? And based on and some people feel like because it's not tint, then the curtains can save them from from being ticketed, from obstructing the windows. And I know, some time back we were here discussing the tint, and it could have been Donnelly who actually went through the tinting laws, and I believe it did mention anything that would obstruct the vision from outside the vehicle, which would include curtains, technically.
Of course, yes. The vehicle should be of such that it can be easily seen from the outside to the inside. There should not be any obstruction whatsoever. The interior of the vehicle should be clearly be seen from the outside. So whether it's curtains or the tints, it's a no-no. As long as it's the interior is not visible, you are committing a traffic offense. Yes. And you made mention about custom tinted. If I could just indulge me for 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I would just want to brush briefly as to what the law says when it comes to the tinting of vehicles. Section 62, subsection 2 states that in this section, the expression custom tinted by the manufacturer means that the glass of the windscreen, side or rear windows of a vehicle has been obscured by a process other than by the application of any film tint or other obscuring device. The provisions of this part shall not apply to a restricted motor vehicle that has been custom tinted by the manufacturer or on or before the date of the coming into force of this section. And it's ambulances, hearses, such other classes of motor vehicles as the Minister of National Security may designate by notice published in the Gazette. Every motor vehicle other than a motorcycle or agricultural tractor shall be fitted with a windscreen that provides ample protection to the driver of a motor vehicle, and it shall be kept in such condition as to allow an unobstructed view of the road at the front of the vehicle. The windscreens, side or rear windows of a motor vehicle shall, if tinted, allow a minimum of 35% of light transmission, whether the glass has been custom tinted by the manufacturer itself or applied by any other person. What this is saying that whether the vehicle is custom tinted or you put your tint on yourself, it should allow a minimum of 35% of light transmission. Yeah. And it goes on to say the degree of light transmission shall be determined by a measuring device known as the Mars window transmitter or any other device which is approved by the licensing authority for the measurement of light passing through the glass windows of the motor vehicles. So what this is saying is that if your vehicle is suspected to be heavily tinted and the police stop you, the police has a device which is known as the Mars window transmitter, and what we do, we attach this device to your vehicle, to the window or the windscreen, and it should show if it's showing below 35% of light transmission into your vehicle, you're committing an offense and you stand the chance of being ticketed. It goes on to say further that, notwithstanding the light transmission, the interior of a motor vehicle shall be reasonably visible from the exterior, and that was already mentioned. Also, no person shall drive or, being the owner, permit any other person to drive a motor vehicle with any sign, poster, or other reflective or sun-screening material upon the windscreen, side or rear windows of such motor vehicle, other than the license or other label required to be displayed by law. No motor vehicle registered as a self-drive vehicle shall be used on a road if the windows or windscreen are tinted, whether the glass has been custom tinted by the manufacturer or applied by any other person. Also, a person who acts in contravention of the provisions of this section commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of $5,000 or to imprisonment for a term of 6 months or to both such fine and imprisonment. If you permit me, I would just want to read this section, this subsection again, because I want persons to really get the seriousness as to what the law said as it relates to tint. A person who acts in contravention of the provisions of this section commits an offense and is liable upon summary conviction to a fine of $5,000 or to be imprisoned for a term of 6 months or to both such fine and imprisonment. So if you act in contravention of this section as it relates to tint, if you are brought before the magistrate court, you can be fined upwards up to $5,000, or you can go to prison for a term of 6 months, or you can be fined and be confined. In other words, then you can be asked to pay the money upwards up to $5,000 and still go to prison for a term not exceeding 6 months.
When it was by something last month, when that national security document was quote unquote leaked, remember that deal?
I heard of something. I'm not sure. I heard of something.
But yeah, he just killed me. He never done nothing.
Security.
He said he heard of something. He wasn't sure about what it was all about. Yeah. Anyway, in the document, right, there was a proposition in there. From I would guess it is from the Ministry of National Security to Cabinet that would actually allow people to apply to the police or to whoever it is to have their tint darker than what is legally allowed. I think the fee was like $2,500 a year.
An exemption?
Yeah, I think it was like $2,500 a year. Do you know if there's any truth in this pudding? Is that something that's man is laughing?
But not only that, is it possible now for persons to ask for exemptions as it relates to tint?
Well, the only person who can give you authorize your vehicle to be tinted is the Minister of National Security.
Oh, so that's a yes then.
So,
yeah.
But you spoke to some document. I cannot speak to what you're alluding to because I as I said
but he didn't ask you about the document.
I'm not privy to that document. But yes, you can apply in writing if you want your vehicle to be tinted for whatever reason. I know there are
because obviously there are some people.
There's some person who because of their
the nature
trade,
of their work and so
they will have certain equipment, certain tools in their vehicle, and they so. But yes, you can apply in writing to.
Speaking to that issue of having stuff in your vehicle.
Yeah.
We understand that people burglarizing vehicles
Correct.
is generally a crime of opportunity. Not necessarily like people just go around it, but they see something in a vehicle is like, let me take a, Is it difficult for the police force to bring justice in these kind of cases? And if so, what are some of the factors that contribute to the difficulty? The reason I'm asking it in that sense is because I've heard people when their vehicles are burglarized say, but they ain't gonna report it because not gonna come of it. And I think that is a general that's a general feeling. Is there any truth to that? And if so, like I said, why?
I would advise person, no matter what, if your vehicle is being vandalized, if your vehicle has been broken into, it's always best to report your matter. We should be moving away from these notions whereby not going to come with the police ain't going to solve anything. What we have around, not just in the Basti area, there are a number of cameras, and yes, these cameras do assist the police when it comes as it relates to these type of offenses. We have a number of persons have been brought before the court and has been properly sentenced because of the video footages that the police do capture. The crime is being captured on CCTV, and the police do depends on these cameras. So yes, if your vehicle is broken into, vandalized, whatever is missing, it's always best to report the matter, because even though there might not be any footages, you might, and we also advise persons to mark, have the identification, the serial number of their tools, the equipment, whatever it is, make a notation of that. So at least do, in the event that the police do come up and something, and your matter is, you already made your report, and the police do go out and find something matching the description of your tool or your whatever was taken from your vehicle, and you're able to identify it through your the serial number, which you would have make a note of. Yes, that took also help. So I would advise both not to report their matter. It's always best to report these matters, because no matter how simple it is.
Agreed.
Because you might stop. You reported this matter. It stops. It might even open. There might be another crime. A previous crime might have been committed, and that person, when caught, could be held liable for what that previous offense, which he or she might have committed before. Yeah.
But is that a type of crime that you find difficult? I mean, in the absence of CCTV, which only exists primarily in the Basti area, is it something that you find is a difficult crime to solve?
I wouldn't say it's a difficult crime. It might pose a challenge, yes, but I wouldn't say it's a difficult crime to solve. As long as the police have get information on intelligence and whoever or whatever might be a possible suspect, it's the police would act upon that information. And yes, I know that in this time, a number of persons are scared, are afraid to come forward and share with whatever information they might have to assist the crime. Yeah, it's to answer your question, it's not difficult. It's a challenge, yes, but it's not a difficult situation where the police can solve that particular crime.
All right. Understood.
Yeah, anything else you want to touch on before we wrap up?
Well, I'm just looking at the clock on the wall. I just want to remind persons what would have been mentioned earlier on the program. As it relates to the lighting of your vehicles on the road, please comply to what the law says. As it relates to the tinting of your vehicle, please comply to what the law says. Because if you're caught by the police, if you're stopped and brought before the court, you will be fined and maybe be confined. So we just want you to comply. And it's an effort for us just to, the aim of this program, this weekly program, is just to have our streets to be safe for everyone, whether you're a pedestrian or you're a motorist. Our goal is just to have our streets safe and secure for everyone to traverse on. So that's the aim of this program. It was great to be here one more time, and I'm going to be wrapping up now. So I'm looking forward to be here again once more next week, same place, same time, on our weekly edition of Traffic Talk. So until we meet again, have a safe and incident-free day and week until we meet next week. So take care and be good to yourself and others.
All right, then we'll be right back. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back with some more LNT. Stay tuned.
To make it an episode. Attention. Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down.
We are faced with tough decisions every day, but choosing the right home or motor insurance shouldn't be one. You need fast claim settlement from a company that's been rooted for over 31 years. And don't forget the A Excellent rating by AM Best. Make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Reliable insurance that you can count on. Get a quote today for your home, motor, contents, and liability insurance needs. And make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance. Tomorrow secured. Local agents, Dalil Walwyn & Co. Limited. Telephone 465-2631 or 469-5303 for the Nevis office.
Honey, I have so much to do. And now I need to go to TDC Home and Building Depot to buy the new fridge.
Samantha, stop worrying. You can purchase the fridge and whatever else you may need with TDC Home and Building Depot's curbside and delivery service.
Really?
Just send your request via WhatsApp or email, pay online, and get your purchase by pickup or delivery.
Wow! I'm going to try TDC Curbside and Delivery service now.
Terms and conditions apply. Check our social media pages for all the details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Dreadlocks thing, divine conception of the heart. Well, you don't have to dread to be Rasta. Well, this is not a dreadlocks thing, divine conception of the heart. Well, it's a life of a liberty, lived by the fathers of our history. Uphold the anciency and prophecy, trust in the power of the Trinity. Yeah. Got to believe in His majesty, oh yes, His lineage and divinity. The first step is sovereignty, knowing oneself true royalty. Yeah. You don't have to dread to be Rasta. No, this is not a dreadlocks thing, divine conception of the heart. You don't have to dread to be Rasta. This is not a dreadlocks thing, divine conception of the heart. Don't be afraid of your ever burning fire. Trust in your fire and you'll never get burned. The fire that rains over heat, air and water. No water can put out your fire. Your fire gonna lift Rasta higher. You don't have to dread to be Rasta. This is not a dreadlocks thing, divine conception of the heart. You don't have to dread to be Rasta. This is not a dreadlocks thing, divine conception of the heart.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And Jade will tell us what segment this is because she likes to change it on me at the last second.
It's espresso.
This is espresso. This is Eat Local with your face. Eat Local with your face, Kevon and Amali. And we are joined by Mr. Tatem. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. And good morning to everyone listening.
Morning.
So we love to start off interviews by you telling us a little bit about who you are and what it is you do, so the listeners can get familiar with you.
Okay, my name is Loughlin Tatem. I'm a teacher by profession. I've taught for many years. I'm also involved in the performing arts, particularly poetry and theatre.
Interesting.
Street theatre, on stage theatre, all of that. As long as you can act it, I'm
Good
free.
deal.
Yeah.
How long have you been involved
Yeah,
in the arts?
I would say that maybe the question should be how long has the art been involved with me? Because I believe I was born with it. I've been acting since I was a child. I remember once when I was a child, I pretended to be crazy.
If you're gonna act something, I think that's a good role to play.
Maybe I'm still crazy, but what I'm saying is that I don't believe people become artists. I believe you're born artists. So, but I've been involved in the performing arts in St Kitts and abroad for many years, most of my life. My first performances were in church. I remember performing A Basket of Flowers when I was just a little boy. I was the grandfather in it, and it was very, I remember it vividly because it was one of my biggest and earliest productions. You have heard about Basket of Flowers, right? I hope so.
Yes. I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar with the plot.
Yeah, maybe you should read it. It's a classic, a book that they turned into a movie. It's very touching. And
Indeed.
that was the first thing I remember clearly actually performing on stage in a meaningful way. Since then, I've been involved in a lot of other...
You've been hooked?
A lot of other production. Founded Poinciana Theatre Productions, which is practically dormant right now because of the COVID, where we have plays lined up and we're ready to roll. We have gone overseas a couple of times, many times, to perform Trinidad and Barbados and Suriname and other places to perform, and always well received. So I'm happy.
Indeed.
We're not any worse than anybody else. We perform just as well as other people. So we have talent. I think it's real good talent.
Awesome. But I mean, just to touch on Poinciana, because I think a lot of people listening may have become familiar with you and your work through some of the productions put on by the Poinciana theatre group, because you don't really allow people to have a choice sometimes whether or not they're able to see and participate. And I love some of these. I don't know what you would class them as, the pop-up performances, and in the public spaces.
The street plays.
The street plays. I have thoroughly enjoyed witnessing and just knowing that these things are happening. Talk a bit about that.
Well, in my view, Poinciana is just not doing enough, and I'm on the process right now of creating some things. I have a plan to take plays to the schools, to the primary schools. I asked the Ministry of Education to let all the children come to the halls and watch performances that children can relate to. Short performances, but which are designed to motivate children to learn, to show them how to resist the impulse to hit back and to fight and to go for battle because they're shame. Somebody make them shame and they believe that the way to get back the dignity is to go for a knife or go for a gun or go for a bottle or a stone. So those are the kind of things I'm looking to address in the coming, as soon as, well, I hope I could do it before Corona is over, because I believe it's going to be over soon. And that's the next big, well, I don't want to call it big, but that's the next project. That's the next thing I have in mind. And I would hope to get the Ministry of Education on board with me. They don't, I've already spoken to the chief education officer a couple of times, and he is in my corner, big.
Nice.
The chief education officer, I can't do no wrong. I feel good about that. The man is in my corner supporting me 110 million%. And if I go to him and I say, Mr. Hodge, I would like to do the schools, put on this presentation in the school, he ain't even going to let me finish and say, go ahead, Tatem. It's a good man to have in my corner.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
So that's the biggest project I have coming up. We have a movie which we did called Oh My Prostate. We can't get it on the air yet because
So the things
because somebody dragging the foot.
Okay.
I wouldn't say who's dragging his foot, but somebody's dragging it. Well, the movie's ready and ready to roll, and we're going to push it out soon. Oh My Prostate.
Tell us about that
wow.
a little bit. What
You want me to give it away? It's about prostate. Men who afraid to go for prostate test, they're afraid the finger.
Okay.
I understand there are other ways to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but that is what men mostly know about.
Yeah, the taboo.
The old way.
Yeah, that's what they know about, and that's why they don't go. But it's kind of comedic, but at the same time, it's good. The movie's there. It's on my computer. There's another guy who keeps... All it needs is just a little editing.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And then we push it out there, and it goes. The street plays, we have not done street plays for a while. I didn't know so many people were aware of the street plays, but we have those coming. We have a lot of projects. People are asking us to do a lot of things. And not only in St Kitts, but right now the focus is on the COVID thing. So, but we're still working,
Yeah, definitely.
Next big thing is the school thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's something I'd really like to see happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you touched on it briefly when you were talking about that project, but using theater, plays, stage plays, street plays as a way to communicate messages. How effective do you see this medium being, especially in relation to some of the other mediums, like like people said, they love music or whatever. Do you think that some of these messages you talked about, self-control, dealing with other things that kids specifically have to deal with, as they grow up, do you think this is a medium that could be even as effective in communicating those messages?
I think the arts in itself is a powerful way to get to people. Unfortunately, the only type of art many of our young people, I wouldn't say most, but many of our young people in the art that is influencing them very heavily today are the games that they play, right? That's art.
Right.
Those men who are shooting on one another on the games that they play, and the girl who is running, and so when I watch my nephews play that is
traumatizing.
That is drama,
right?
That is drama, and that is what is. But we could do that. We could do some of that ourselves too. I believe there are people in St Kitts who could create games.
Yeah, man.
Of course,
right?
We're a talented bunch.
But I don't know why we are not doing it. I mean, they don't have to, and a lot of it depends, I realize, on marketing. And these days, you don't have to have a lot of money to market things. So yes, the arts, that will forever be attractive to people. It will always take people's attention. Of course, there are people who prefer one type of performance over another. But you won't know unless you get out there. Sometimes people don't even know what they like until they see it.
Right.
And that's the thing too, Tatem. One of the things that I am hoping to see change over the next few years is having our people here, especially young ones, exposed to more types of art, including the theater. I don't know if it's because perhaps we're not generally a culture that gravitates to that type of medium or what it is, but I feel like we just haven't been seeing enough support for theater, for the theater arts on the island, as opposed to some of the other countries where you have, let's say, I've been to countries where there seems to be a street theater in every community. Just like you have a community center, you have a theater. And for some reason, that's just not the case here. Like, what do you think that is, and what do you think we could do to change that?
I think one of the things that inhibit our boldness in St Kitts is criticism. We can't stand criticism. And because
be like fight and so.
Because as a nation, we don't have, how should I put it? It seems as though we don't have, a lot of things are strange to us. If somebody goes out there, suppose you decide to take your guitar and go down by Rams and set it up one day. Well, everybody knows you, so they're not going to think you're crazy or anything. Right? But you decide to go set up a band one day and tell the children, come, and I'm going to show you a string. Just pull a string on the thing. Boom, and the child go home feeling really good.
Yeah.
He ain't playing music, but he get to associate with somebody who is known, somebody who has talent, and he believe I'm going to learn to play the guitar.
Right.
But what I'm saying is I don't think we reach out enough. We don't go out enough because we are afraid of what people will say. You know, people like to, in thinkers, people like to say, what stupidness you're doing, and this and that, you know. Some people gonna always be on your side, and some people gonna be against you. But there are things, little things that are really big things that we can do. Right? You want to get children involved in things, especially it's important to get them involved very young. Invite them to some things. Don't wait until summer come for camp. You can have a day camp. You can have a weekend camp. You can have, and introduce them to people, introduce them to things. Let them do things they never imagined they could do. Right? And you see how it revolutionizes their lives.
Yeah, and I think in St. Kitts too, we also have this culture of thinking that anything besides a doctor or lawyer is not a profession. And I don't think that we take it seriously as well locally, because we feel as though what you're doing, go school,
there's
going
not
to be
scope.
a lawyer,
There's
going to be a
not
doctor,
scope,
versus these things these are careers, and these are things you can take that can take you through your whole life. But we have this mentality that doctor, lawyer is the only profession to go.
We gotta forget about people and do what your spirit drives you to do. Whatever your spirit drives you to do. I mean, I got ideas in my head, right? And these are ideas which nobody ever do.
Right.
But I can do them.
Right.
And eventually people adapt. They get accustomed to things that they've seen. They see it could work. I saw a lady set up a place, set up a food stall somewhere. This is us. I'm just showing you us. Set up a food stall somewhere that is unique. And within 2 weeks, somebody else was there.
Yeah, man.
Along with her. Just realize. You could put food here.
And then do it.
Right? And it's the same thing with us. We are no less talented than anybody else in the world.
Indeed.
In fact, in some instances, we are more talented with the little bit we have.
Right.
And a lot of people, but we are just waiting for something to look normal. You make it look normal. Right? Street theater, I've never really seen street theater in St. Kitts unless it was carnival.
Right.
I remember one time we did something in front of Rams, and a woman came out and she said, "That's a play. That's a play." She thought it was real.
Right.
But she thought the fellas were really
beating up the woman.
Yeah. Right? But the thing about it is that you don't nothing. Everything is strange when somebody is doing it for the first time. But there are there's nothing wrong with bringing. If you're a cook, there's nothing wrong with cooking on 4th Street. Actually, bring out your stuff and let people come on and help you stir the pot. Right? You just do 2 stirs.
Yeah, because there's interactive food vendors,
You know what I mean?
You see them everywhere.
And so many other things that people are able to do. Talented people. You're a mechanic and you want to advertise your stuff. You don't have to pay no radio station on nobody. Go out there and let somebody, give somebody the thing and let them unscrew a bolt. Or just throw the oil in the car. Right? And that's, the ideas are inexhaustible.
Right.
But we have to believe in ourselves. You got to believe that you ain't crazy. You got to believe that even though you never see anybody do this before, that you're going to make it, be the first person to do it. Right? And some people going to say whatever, or some other people going to support you. The person who comes probably and throw the oil in the car, that's an experience they'll never forget in their life.
Right.
You understand? Because you were bold enough to forget about what people going to say and what people going to think, and you come out and you do it.
Well, you think that's something that needs to be taught and encouraged? Because I do believe that as Kittitians, for some reason, we do not have that spirit, whatever that spirit is that that drives us to think. What I find happening, like you said, is there are very few innovators but many imitators. Right? And so I do think that it's not a coincidence that in a country where artistic expression and artistic exposure does not happen in a large way, that we see a population that is not as creative thinking and creative not creative thinking, but perhaps not as willing to push the boundaries. For instance, I know a lot of children would go to like music class and thing, and you know, but they have very few opportunities to perform, and I think that lessens the interest, but it also doesn't develop that skill that you're talking about, that willingness to step out and do. You know what I mean?
We are too afraid of what people say. You know, we are afraid that when people see something that does not look usual, that they're gonna call us a stupid name and we're gonna feel bad. Our feel bad thing is too close to the surface. Right? You need to get rid of some pride. And if you have an idea, bring it, do it, you know. And I'm telling you, you know, we think that there are only one or two places in St Kitts to perform. This place got multiple places to perform. The streets are always full of people. The museum got rooms on there they don't know what to do with.
We have pastors galore in St Kitts too.
We got churches. Well, I hope that the ministers are open-minded and will say, if you ain't talking about God, you can't come. Right? But, you know, the square, who won't stop you from going in the square and doing something? Unless you're going to be, you know, doing something out of the way, mashing up something. There are spaces, open spaces in St Kitts. And freedom, we have the freedom, we have the liberty. This place is so small, everybody know one another. Right. You know, and a lot of people are friends. Even though they got some people enemies, there are lots of friends in this country, right, who will support us and will back us. You may find anyone or two who may say negative things, but the majority of people, as long as you're doing good, and it depends on how you sell your product, how you market yourself, how you carry yourself, what you say, and it's all up to you. The ball is in our court. We can, you know, there are many things, multiple things that we can do, but we have to be brave and we have to be interested. We have community centers that are closed down for most of the week. Because it's not because because nobody going to ask for them. Right? The requirement is that you fill out a form, nobody want to write on a form. Right? Somebody in there, okay, I want to perform in a center, I go talk to Jane, but men like Jane.
Apparently a lot of people ain't like her.
No, I didn't say Jade. I didn't say Jade.
We'll use Jade instead.
Jade. So we need to get past these little petty things and push the country ahead. Because every time you lift up somebody, you're lifting up a sector, an aspect of the country. Anytime you make somebody feel good with what you do, you know, you're making things better. You know, show people that they could make a living from things. Yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah, so the performing arts, is a powerful thing, and not just theater, but you know, storytelling. And we have children who are writing great stories in school every day, and these stories never been on the radio. Children write good stories for CXC, and we say she get one.
Right.
We bring the story now.
Never see it again.
Let's hear it. Right? Take all those stories that these children are writing in school and put them in a booklet.
Publish it. Yeah.
All these wonderful stories, all these wonderful essays, all these wonderful speeches, you know, being given us, and we have talent, and we don't know.
But that's one of the points that that's the kind of point I was trying to make. Without the pathway to expose some of this talent and to display it becomes less and less encouraging for children to keep doing it. You know, I feel like, and like you said, I know I remember being in school and having classmates write stories in English class, like during an English class, writing stories, and having the English teacher be so impressed by the story, going to show the 2 and 3 other teachers who on the block at the same time. Like, look, this child is write this in class now. And that was in it. Like, that was it.
That's
as far as
great.
it goes.
Yeah.
But it would be good if the teacher would read it to the class.
Right.
There's so many things that we can do to bring quality to people, to a sense of purpose and meaning to people's lives.
Indeed.
Right.
So speaking of teaching, you did mention when we started out that you're a teacher and that you have a passion for the performing arts and the other arts, right? So tell us a bit about your teaching career, like what you taught and how you got into teaching itself.
Well, I was not always a teacher. I didn't start out as a teacher. I got into teaching when I was in my 30s, which was like
about 10 years ago,
when Jesus was here. Right?
Yes, somebody ran.
Right. So I didn't start teaching in St Kitts. I started teaching in Barbados.
Okay.
Teach at high schools there. And I decided I wanted to come home. So before I came home, I applied for a job and I got it. And when I came home, I went straight into teaching. I've been teaching English. English is my favorite, English and literature. I love literature because it teaches me about, literature teaches us about people. And I wish that it was a compulsory subject.
Yes. Agreed.
Because I always tell people, that especially girls, I always say if you do literature, no man could fool you. Because you have already met the idiot in a book. So you recognize the idiot from a distance from the time you open his mouth.
Let's probably not make it compulsory.
So literature, I mean, is amazing, and I don't know why it's optional. And it's possible that teachers don't want to teach it because it's not an easy subject to teach. It's not an easy subject to teach. There are things you need to know and so on and so on. And reading is part of it. And a lot of people don't like to read. But literature could change your life. So I've loved teaching. I've had my ups and my downs, my successes and my failures. But it's something I love doing. And I'm still doing it. I've retired, of course, from teaching, but people seem to think I'm good enough. So they keep calling me. I think I taught that one day in school.
Yeah.
So you're a teacher and I never know what I was doing.
Well, I didn't know what you were doing either, so.
Right. But at least, I mean, as a lot of the people I taught are still very nice to me and so. So it must have been, I think I probably did something good.
Definitely.
People like Andy who was in my class, and he was a great student, and I understand she gave a speech somewhere, mentioned my name.
Imagine that.
Imagine that, eh?
Yeah, man. I mean, you're doing something right, man. You're doing something right.
Yeah. Yes.
So literature. So when did you leave teaching officially?
Well, I'm still teaching. I'm teaching at the convent school right now. In fact, I'm supposed to be there.
So we're gonna chase you in a bit.
In a couple of minutes. As long as Jade tell me when it's 9:40. Come watching and working.
Okay. I got you. I got you covered.
All right. So I have a class. I got one session. I'm not full time. I'm part time right now. And I teach. Right now I'm teaching history, which is another great subject. Marvelous subject.
Right.
I don't know. I think everything is marvelous. Anything that has to do with anything that has to do with people, helping people to be better, whether it's theater, whether it's music, whether it's carnival, relieving stress, getting you someplace away from your home where a lot of people got problems in their homes.
Yeah.
There are lots of people who you see, I'm telling you this, there are lots of people you see walking on the street look nice. At home,
suffering.
They can't sleep because somebody got the radio on very loud. They can't go in the bathroom as they like because the guy hit the door real hard and somebody in there ain't coming out, right? And so when you can get people out of their houses to go to events, you are doing a good service. So
Really?
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Oh yeah, you didn't think that? You think people go over this trip because they don't have anything to do? They go over there because life is stressful, you know.
It's a release.
It's a release. And sometimes they go there not to do anything but just to watch people. It takes away from the humdrum.
I love watching people, you know. It's like my favorite pastime.
That's great.
When people watching.
People need mediums.
Yeah, there are people who look, stress relief is important, right? And that's why we should not under-evaluate anything we do, whether it's in the whatever field it's in. If you're going to teach, make it entertaining. If you're going to play music, move your head like you love it. You may not feel it, but somebody down there watching saying, he the fella happy. He ain't feel happy, you know.
Yeah.
But you pump your all into it. Don't go up there because the director tell you something stupid. I've had that in my drama club. Yeah, but I tell you, it's ain't easy, you know. Where people bring their vexation to the stage.
And pass it on.
You could bring your vexation to the stage, but nobody gotta know. You could be vexed, but nobody has to know. People believe that they must show that they're vexed. And show it immediately. I must respond to you immediately. No. If you're going to get anywhere in life, you have to have discipline. You have to have self-management. You have to have self-control. And just because you're vexed at that moment, everybody does not have to know you're vexed at that moment. Try to control yourself. It's a sign of maturity. Right? And that is why some people cannot keep jobs, because somebody tell them something today, so they can't talk to the person tomorrow. Right? You know, I mean, it's amazing the things that can keep us back and keep us down and keep people away from us. Right? People who want to support us don't support us because we have, they see how we behave to somebody else. You know? So.
People watching.
People watching.
All the time. And sometimes we make them watch by the way they behave. We behave. Right? They watch everything. And I believe our responsibility and our duty as people in the public, especially people who are out there in the public, everybody is not on the stage. Everybody is not visible to people. People watching, barely people watching you.
Watching who, me?
Yeah. They watch you. You know, you'll be amazed of some child out there saying, I want to be like Bailey.
But stop playing what they want to do that to themselves.
I'm serious. You may not believe so. You may not. Jade too. Jade, yeah. People
watching you.
I want to be like her. How she could go on the radio and talk so? I can't do that. You know, the people who admire you will never know. Until
Jade, you're a hero.
Right? You just do, and I'm telling you. You too, all of you.
I know. See, I'm not in denial about where I stand, you know.
I'm telling you.
You're a hero.
I'm a hero.
And he's slim.
I'm somebody's hero. I don't know who, but I'm sure somebody looking at me is like, yeah, boy.
Man, I'm telling you, man. It's reality. So you make sure that you're setting a good example by controlling yourself. Nobody you could be vexed and don't and behave, decide that you're not going to mash up things and disrupt things, and just because somebody tell you something, you ain't gonna talk to them again. You did boss tell you carry the paper to John, but you don't like John, so you're not gonna carry the paper. You carry the paper and you drop it down on the desk, and then they fire you. You're the first to get fired, and you're wondering what I do. You're the first to get laid off. Your attitude. Stinking, dirty, nasty, dirty attitude. You don't seem to want to control. You think trying to control yourself is a hard thing. It's hard not to say what I gotta say. Because you're stupid.
Love it.
Well,
love it.
That brings us to the end of this segment.
We're gonna get
a serious battle.
Yes.
Tatem, thank you very much for joining us. You have to go back to school now.
Yes.
And don't walk in there with the vexation.
Hey, but Tatem, perhaps you could help me this as a literature teacher and somebody involved in theater arts, writing screenplays and things. What is the appeal of putting these three words together in succession? Stinking, dirty, nasty. Because something about it.
Emphasis.
It just feel right, Ever realize that?
Emphasis. Stinking, dirty, nasty. Emphasis.
Emphasis. Ah, well said.
Emphasis. And only black people do that, eh? Only West Indians do that. We unique, you know. We got some way of saying things.
Hey, that's true.
Right? I could go to America and somebody could tell me something and I could tell them your mother and they vex. Then you know what I say. But you tell a kid your mother.
Alright, there's fighting words there.
Fighting words.
We got so much power. You know, and we don't use it. We don't know. You know, and we poor because we don't know we're rich.
Right.
We don't know what we got. Right? And we don't use what we have. But we are a rich country, we are rich in intellect, you know. I mean, even the crazy man. You know, you could go out there and have a real meaningful conversation with Lime. You know this guy Lime?
Yeah, man. I mean.
And with
the so-called lunatics, right?
You know, and it's because the foundation was laid in this country here. The foundation was laid in this country, in St Kitts and Nevis.
Indeed.
It's a great country.
Great indeed.
Of course.
Great indeed. But we have to let you go back to school now.
But I appreciate
because we stay here and talk for the whole morning.
Yeah, I appreciate the invitation.
Yes,
and
of course.
I hope Bailey don't ask me no more questions.
We'll turn off his microphone. Don't worry.
Okay, guys, have a lovely day, and I wish everybody listening to the station a very pleasant day. I hope you had a good Valentine.
Right.
Don't start
a different story.
Don't start the
We'll pause for a short moment at this point and come back to some more island. Please stay tuned.
Yeah, all right.
Protect yourself from the novel coronavirus. Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently for at least 20 seconds each time. Avoid shaking hands and touching your face with unclean hands. If you have to cough or sneeze, do so into your flexed elbow or a paper towel and then dispose of it. Keep a distance of 3 feet away from anyone with the cold or flu-like symptoms. Boost your immune system with vitamins, drink plenty of water, and get adequate rest. Visit your doctor, the nearest hospital, or health center if you or a family member becomes ill. A message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
Been wasted, eh? Bueno. Just goes on to show. Till I'm laid to rest, yes, always be depressed. There's no life in the West. I know the East is the best. All the propaganda that spread, tongues will have to confess. Oh, I'm in bondage, living is a mess, and I've got to rise up, alleviate the stress. No longer will I expose my weakness. Ego acknowledge begins with humbleness. Work 7 to 7, yet me still penniless. For the food up on me table, master God bless. All of the needy and shelterless. Ethiopia await all prince and princess. Till I'm laid to rest, yes, always be depressed. There's no life in the West. I know the East is the best, yes, propaganda that spread, tongues will have to confess. What could have been about the East? Everybody want a piece. Africa free Africans, Marcus Mosiah speak. Unification out on the feet. What a day when we walking down Redemption Street. Ban up our head, Bible in a hand, one and all. Make we we try the promised land. Would you go down a Congo, stop in a Shashamane land? The city of Ferraris where Selassie come from. In Addis Ababa, then Botswana. Yes, Kenya, I end up in a Ghana. Oh, what a beauty, my eyesight behold. Holy Ethiopia.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali, and it is still Monday. February 15th, still Monday. I know we thought it finished, but it's still Monday. Still.
Jade.
But
Sorry, go ahead.
what do you do now?
I can't see myself on the screen. And this is the last time I'm talking it too.
So,
Come on, let's come in here and don't say nothing.
tea time. So let's talk about something from Saturday. Saturday. The national address that was made by the Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris. Timo. So the key points basically is, St Kitts and Nevis, we received 2,000 doses of the COVID-19 vaccines, courtesy of the government of Dominica. The Federation is also to receive an additional 21,600 doses of the vaccine by the end of this month through the COVAX facility. Wow, can't read today. Facility. As well as the Republic of China, Taiwan pledges $600,000 to assist St. Kitts and Nevis during its time to procure extra vaccines. The government is also set to roll out its mass vaccination program shortly. Health experts have established a vaccination plan to immune frontline workers and other citizens and residents. St. Kitts and Nevis government aiming to achieve herd immunity by having more than 70% of the population immunized against this virus. And PM also reminds all of us that the important contributions the vaccine can play in preserving health and wellness, and it is urging all to seriously think about their health. The government's four-pronged approach to the management of the virus has kept citizens and residents safe. The NEOC is reviewing its activities over the last 11 months, and the comprehensive review includes issues related to quarantine and compliance with protocols. You know what I realize? I've been reading through the microphone, which is why I can't see. And Prime Minister Harris calls for continued vigilance and adherence. Because I was looking through and I'm like, Prime Minister Harris is calling for continued vigilance and adherence to the protocols in the continued fight against the COVID-19 virus. I'd love to know what the vaccination plan is going to be, though. The program that they're doing. Can't wait to see.
Frontline workers, boy, they're going to be...
Yeah. So the biggest takeaways, we've received 2,000 doses of the vaccine from the government of Dominica. We are receiving almost 22,000 doses by the end of this month through the COVAX facility. Taiwan is giving us extra money to help if we need to get extra vaccines. What?
Nope, sorry.
What did he say?
He asked what Taiwan wants in return.
Oh.
They just want to vote. They just want to vote.
And then the government is rolling out a mass vaccination program shortly, and then the health experts have established vaccines, gonna go as usual to frontline workers and other citizens and residents, which is what we've seen in all of the countries. Frontline workers are first, and then it sort of trickled us down from there.
That's kind of what we was talking about on Friday, though.
Yeah, frontline workers.
Suppose the frontline workers refuse to take it, what happened?
They're just saying, I'll be frontline workers no more, I guess.
But I think that's what's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna be mandated. I think it's gonna be mandated through your profession, not necessarily like this mass. Everybody got to take it. I think certain jobs and things. Especially
that means there's some opening zone, man.
As a matter of fact, I would see businesses where they have direct contact with the public, like service industries, that kind of thing. Perhaps mandating it of the employees, that kind of thing. And probably working with the government to provide those vaccines to the employees and stuff like that. I could see that something like that happening. But you know what's interesting to me about this? Like, and people, bear in mind, I admit there might actually be an answer to this question. I just don't know what it is. But why is Dominica the hub? Like, nobody else see that as, like, weird.
But no, when I hear Dominica, I was like,
like, why is Dominica the hub? Further south, like, the airport, them, well, we know about the airports. Like, it's just, there's probably a reason. I just don't know why it is. It just feel weird. Like,
just confusing.
Dominica is the hub.
Because my question is, has Dominica even begun to issue vaccines in their own country?
That's the whole
but
point.
But they're giving away vaccines.
No, but I think they're the hub. I think the vaccines go in there and then being distributed. Yeah.
I just find Dominica such a strange place
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if I'm the only person who find this strange.
Yeah, like Dr. Wilkinson on tomorrow. You can ask Dr. Wilkinson tomorrow.
Yeah, like
I don't understand Barbados
in Thursday.
Antigua maybe.
St Kitts.
I was expecting like an Antigua, a Barbados, or like
you mean an actual hub?
Like a Trinidad, one of the existing hubs.
Why not even Trinidad? Like all the vaccines coming from north. Maybe they're coming north.
Yeah, but you know,
like going south and going back and like. But Dominica.
If you tell me Jamaica, cool.
You know how hard it is to get to Dominica on a regular basis. But I'm saying there's probably an answer to this question.
Maybe Dominica got a big fridge.
Oh. The mountains? A big fridge in the mountains?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe just putting it on top of a mountain up there cold.
You're right.
I'm not gonna come out.
No, I just found it strange. I just was wondering if I was the only person that found it strange.
Ask my friend in Dominica to help me shed.
As the hub, like I was wondering, like.
Or even if Carla could shed.
And Roosevelt would say, "Well, why not Dominica?"
Nobody, I think nobody have no answers. If you tell
never
me
in things.
No, I just wonder. Like I said, I'm sure there's an answer. I just very curious to know what it is. Dominica has never been the hub for anything.
Yeah, banana. and local produce.
Okay, Chiquita.
Agriculture.
Chiquita, Armony, big up yourself.
Dominica feeds the region.
Dominica feeds the NOECS.
And you know who else is also feeding not the region but the country today? National Bank.
Good one.
Food.
They gave me lunch?
Yeah. Well, they're giving. I think it look lunch and breakfast.
No, I think they're doing customer appreciation.
Oh,
yeah.
the plates, the
but they're feeding the nation. Like I just saw a picture of what they're giving you. Yeah, why?
But you ain't short.
We might have to head over to National Bank after the show.
Is breakfast big?
I'm going to send y'all.
It's on them snack plates, like the sandwiches, the patties.
It's a bag, right? The bag.
Is a customer, you know?
You have all kind of.
Jade, send me the photo, please. You're over here pointing to it as if I could watch it.
Sorry.
I would like to see what accoutrements you receive from.
It seems like it's a well-balanced snack bag.
I think that's actually
what is chicken? Rice and chicken and a roll and a whole.
Jade!
I sent the picture already, Amali. Check the chat and don't talk after me.
Okay.
It's true, a whole bag. Breakfast, pastries. Yeah, like rice and
you should just make National Bank the
hub. Interesting.
National Bank or Armony.
Interesting.
May know where this comes from.
Armony got a big fridge, I'm sure.
Huge fridge.
So they said they could have been the vaccines them here?
They could have been the vaccines, but they might Armony. He's already done distribution. He's already proven that he could do.
The man is capable of distributing.
Yes.
In large quantities as well.
Yeah,
6,000 meals on a Sunday.
6,000 in one day.
So I feel like
not even
2,000 vaccines.
2,000 vaccines would have been
no problem.
If it was.
Huh?
Them 2,000 vaccines would have been no problem.
Yeah, man. Don't get them long time. Long time. But your brother get a free vaccine with it.
Woo!
Oh, take a vaccine and get a free bread.
Get free bread.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ooh, incentives.
Mm-hmm. I'm a KFC.
KFC, the nation will be fully vaccinated in 2 days.
48 hours we finish.
But too easy.
We finish.
If you tell the nation,
wedges.
If you tell the nation that with a vaccine, you show your vaccine certificate at KFC and you get a free meal, let me tell you, the entire nation will be vaccinated in like 48 hours.
48.
Boss, let me tell you something, right?
Especially in Nevis.
This is what we've been talking about, the differences in approach to getting the behavior that you want. What we're talking about
is positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement, as opposed to Gaston to say, no vaccine, no carnival.
Yeah.
And then I can take it and insure you.
No, what you say is everybody take a vaccine, we get 2 carnivals.
Incentives. I feel
Yeah,
like the
man.
KFC approach is awesome. You know, like you take a vaccine,
Bro.
you show KFC,
You're
you.
only gonna work on Nevis like that because Kittians they're really going. But if
Jade,
what you
Jade.
no.
What are you saying?
Have you seen the lines at the
Of
drive-through
course, but
daily?
if Mac come out and tell the divisions, right? If you get vaccinated, you get a free snack bag. What do those call them? You get free 2-piece.
A combo.
Nevis gonna be vaccinated in a day.
But St Kitts too, that's what
St.
you're
Kitts
saying.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
understand.
feel like St. Kitts would hesitate a little bit, no? Because when
Excuse
Yeah,
me?
see?
when that
What?
KFC was studying out, we
Jade,
almost had a national
Jade,
crisis.
we were told that we had wedges galore and we have wedges can done and the wedges done in 2 days.
Less than 2 days.
Like that's not the issue. They will show
We
up.
have wedges galore and Kitty just said bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
man.
say wanna bet? I bet
Show
you ain't got enough.
Yeah,
You
man.
got
Show me, I can make wedge.
I think no. What they said, when they decide, they say, I think I got the most wedge.
Okay.
No problem. We're gonna see.
Kevon, I think you may have just solved the national crisis.
KFC incentive.
I think Kevon may have just solved the question that I'm sure Timo and the task force has been trying to answer
Incentive.
for months. How do we get the
How do
nation
we get the nation to distribute?
to willingly accept the vaccine?
The government can prepay for KFC meals, and
Yes.
then again you show the vaccine. If there's 2,000 vaccines, you pay for 2,000 meals,
And you show your card when you
and
go.
then when you go, you show your vaccination card, and you get you get your free thing.
And the thing is, they'll reach the 70% pretty quick, because
They will reach
it's
92%.
because it's only the Rastaman that ain't gonna take none.
So I said 92.
And then the Rastaman wasn't taking the vaccine anyway, so
Yeah.
So that just. So imagine if you're
Kevon just solved the whole.
Imagine if you're a frontline worker.
So I'm announcing my president. What name? My prime ministerial candidacy. That me buy, not me and that.
Yeah, by solutions.
Solutions.
To the nation's problems.
Incentives.
Kevon Hanley.
Yes. For president.
So,
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Bailey, will you be taking the vaccine when it arrives?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards yes, even though I probably would have preferred the Moderna.
It's AstraZeneca we're getting, right?
Yeah, we're getting AstraZeneca. But I'm trying to find out if there's ways you could get or request a particular vaccine as opposed to another one.
Well, it seems as well.
If you-
the ones we
if
got
you're
from
in Antigua-
Dominica.
if you're in Antigua.
The ones we got from Dominica are what the AstraZeneca.
It is what it is.
But what are the 21
AstraZeneca.
also AstraZeneca?
Yeah,
and
that's
then
that's the one that the
COVAX.
the
thing.
COVAX.
Yeah, okay.
The COVAX things. Yeah.
Well,
But hey, you gotta love Gaston there. Gaston come out 3 weeks. Somebody was like, when you take the vaccine, I said, I don't take that
I
3
didn't
weeks
take
ago.
it, but
Maybe
But
you're
not-
not going to take it. I don't take it.
But in the joke here, the man take the Moderna, right? Everybody's taking the AstraZeneca. So it's like
Hold on. Why you ask different about it? Bro.
Uncle Gaston is a G man.
y'all know we ain't
I
getting
went
that.
to look to see if the post about carnival and stuff were true on his page. He been on a roll,
Yeah, Jade, he's been on a
Yeah,
roll
he's
since he
been on a roll
started.
since-
No, I
What
mean
now?
for that weekend, his birthday and stuff.
Oh yeah, the whole the weekend was tense.
What no? There are very few people in the world where all their memes are actually legit. Gaston is one of them.
You don't have to make
You ain't
up
got to
anything.
question it up. You ain't got to question it.
Once you see
You
it
don't
from
have to
Gaston,
make
it's
up
real.
anything, Jade.
And even if
When
you
it
make
comes
it up,
You ain't got to make up nothing more Gaston.
and even if
matter
you
of
make it up, he probably done do it already. So you didn't actually make
Not
up
only
anything.
that, anything you make up can be as cool as the actual
Right.
the actual one.
Yeah.
Man, one up in your falsehoods.
That's the man, man. That's the man.
Oh.
Then man, working on getting him on the show Friday.
Hope so.
Huh?
Hope so.
Oh, okay. The next what?
Who not?
Yeah, maybe that's the time. Maybe that's the time.
Maybe what will go
The show almost
Maybe that's
finished.
the time. Maybe that's the
So
time.
anyway, y'all brace yourselves because of the address basically is letting you know that the one batch of vaccines is already in the country, and will be
And they are for the nurses and the police.
right.
But I was privy to a conversation yesterday, which was quite interesting and perhaps even alarming, which was sparked off in a group chat. because someone sent a video in the group chat, which had an anti-vaccine sentiment. Let's put it that way. I sent it to you guys, and that sparked a debate out of this world. It was so interesting, and I feel like this is the same thing I was talking about on Wednesday. The anti-vaccine, anti-COVID, all these sentiments and people who hold them, they ain't scared about sharing their views and sharing their facts. Yeah. And what I would like to see somebody who holds that view and someone who holds the opposing view, say like a health professional who is encouraging us to take the vaccine, to have a public discussion, not a debate or just a conversation.
But sometimes the problem with that is that the person who is anti-vax doesn't have the correct information. Like they're going based on YouTube videos and them kind of stuff that literally incorrect.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So
you just want the person to look stupid?
Who looks stupid?
No, we just want the truth to be flushed out.
No, it's just I think the conversation needs to be had. I think there's a large part of the population who is skeptical about the vaccine. And what is happening is that there are people who is fueling the skepticism, right? And I think we should address that. I don't think it's enough to just be like, the vaccine is here, take the vaccine. I think we need to, if we really want to achieve some sense of like widespread vaccination, right? We have to address the concerns of the people who we want to get the vaccine. Like
that's true. Well, and that's why we tomorrow, Dr. Wilkinson will be here to have a conversation. So people, please, if y'all have any questions, don't be afraid to call in and ask, because y'all can't say that y'all didn't have the opportunity.
I want to ambush him and bring one of them anti-vaxxers.
No.
I
would not do that. So
but we could ask him if he'll be willing to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can ask him if he would be willing to talk to somebody who's anti-vaxxer.
Come on. It's actually a next blanket for the country, do you?
Yeah.
Think so, bye?
We have a couple. Cromwell.
I mean, if I agree with that, yeah.
Gilbert.
No, I'm not giving you.
I think Lars is.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't feel more comfortable like when Cameron finished speaking. Like when somebody asks a question.
I think you'll like Cameron. I think you'll like Cameron.
But I like Lars too.
I like Cameron too. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if I feel that way.
Like people that ask questions, like at any NAOC briefings, and people pose questions and so, and then they say we'll have Dr. Lucas address the question. When they finish talking, they'll be like, okay.
I think you appreciate his intelligence, and the thing about it too, right? What I applaud them for is the fact that they have to answer these questions over and over and over. I'd be like, it'd just be like, if that was me, I'd have done give X long time.
The
like,
same question.
Yeah, we
same question.
Bye. That reminds me of when Cabinet revealed its stimulus plan at the press conference at OTI. I got play fast and I went to the conference. I wanted the information first and me want to hear say. I was on the road, that's about starting down here. I was in the area, so let me go inside. Sean presented, the Prime Minister presented, a bunch of people presented and so on. And the people who are trained and are well versed in media and news reporting, broadcasting, were asking questions after the presentations. And the questions that these people asked were questions that they would have just addressed. And I in the abuse it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I could only imagine. But they handle it well, eh?
The Prime Minister literally said, we are closing the airport to all commercial flights. We're closing the port to all commercial ships. XYZ, we're closing all the ports to commercial traffic. The very, 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 very first question that somebody stood up and asked, but you mentioned any flights from Taiwan? What about the flights coming in from Taiwan? And then the reporter's second question was, well, after the Prime Minister's last words were, We thank God that thus far we've been able to contain the virus and thing.
Not that.
Let us pray and hope that we can persevere and thing. The second question of the first report to ask the questions was, you didn't mention anything about God. Where does God play into all of this?
Ah, boy.
The country is in the middle of a health crisis. We're locking down, shutting airports and everything. And the very first question that came to your mind was, why you ain't mention God in your presentation?
Come, let me go home, please.
And these are people who have been reporters for 30, 40 years.
Because the thing is,
they did
not show up. They did not show up to listen. They showed up with
to argue.
They showed up with questions already. Didn't know what they
And
they did not wait to answer. They did not sit down and listen to what was already said and cross it off. Okay, this was addressed. And let me rephrase this because they didn't touch on this point.
I wanted them to go a little deeper here.
They just answered the questions that were
and the Prime Minister got up and said, and reiterate that he said the airport closing, that which means all commercial flights including Taiwan. I would have got up as Prime Minister and said, did anybody hear me say that all commercial flights were banned?
That was telling them
and somebody said yes, and I was like, okay, cool. Next question. Many responded like.
Yeah, we couldn't. I don't think we ain't got out for that yet.
We reached there yet. Better men than I.
Yeah, we reached there yet for sure.
Exactly that.
Better men than I.
But tomorrow, yes, as we keep saying, Dr. Wilkinson will be here.
Yes. Tomorrow?
Yes, at 9.
I'll call an anti-vaxxer.
I mean, if you want to come at 8:45, because I'm sure this conversation is going to last long.
I'll call it an anti-vaxxer.
So,
what we can do is get some points from anti-vaxxers, across the globe and bring their concerns to their esteemed doctor.
That's a good idea.
But I think Jade touched on it a lot, though. I think a lot of it is false and misinformation.
And that's why we have a golden opportunity to prove that they're false, because other people don't know that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, Dr. Wilkinson, brace yourself.
Yeah, be a nice little.
It's always, and he's very personable. So it's gonna be an easy, fun conversation. But if you do have questions that you'd like us to ask, because we probably will not be taking calls, you can send in your questions in advance to WINNmedia's page. Send them in advance. We'll bullet point them, and we'll try to consolidate questions, and we'll try to make sure we get your questions asked. There's not a promise that we're going to get to all of the questions, but, we'll try to get to some that are probably more pressing than others. So, tune in tomorrow. You can have your questions answered. Like I said, we're in calls, so send them in advance. If you're on the live, you can send in your questions too, and we might get to them, but there's also no promise, so send it in advance. So.
With that being said, we've come to the end of the show, and we're leaving, and I'm very excited for Friday. Although today is Monday. Anyway, folks, please enjoy the rest of your week. Be productive. Do the right thing. Please use our roundabouts correctly. Indicate when exiting. Don't overtake in the roundabout. And stay in your lane in the roundabout. And give it traffic on your right in the roundabout. Please park your vehicles in a way that will allow sanitary workers to collect all trash quickly and efficiently. And of course, let us continue to advocate for social and legal change as it relates to our laws and our constitution and our bylaws and our policies, especially as it relates to, sexual offenses and the sexual conduct of minors. Justice for Jack 1. And last but not least, I'll turn over to Master of Ceremonies, His Excellency, Sir Kevon Hanley.
Yeah, I'm not making extra names today. Okay.
I'll tell you.
And remember that you can't be everybody's cup of tea, because you is not a mug. See you tomorrow.